I'm Amy the seventh with a message. In its all relevant knowledge, intelligence, beauty, elegance, wisdom in a prism. Free your brain from the prison. Be kind, be significant. Time to listen in. Be kind, be significant. Live magnificent. It's time to listen in. Be kind, be significant. Time to listen in.
What's up, everyone? It's your lady Amy the seventh, and today is going to be a little bit different because I am running behind when it comes to getting to work. Right now, I do not work anywhere near where I stay, and that's going to be the case for a while until I make a transition. But for right now, I am being tested. And the interesting thing is one thing to ask the universe for things. It's another to be granted those things that you ask for, and then have to live up to it, honoring the things that you ask for. And I was really wrecking my brain to figure out what tonight's um, conversation was going to be about, because I had this awesome guest set up and she ended up having to reschedule for me at the last minute, which is fine. I mean, because life happens, and it just must not been meant for us to have that conversation at this time. I'm a big proponent of allowing things to happen when it's meant to happen. And so that's fine. So I really just spent this weekend trying to decide what was I going to speak to you all on. And it really dawned on me was that I need to speak on honoring the things that you ask for, live measuring up to the things that you request. And how do you ask for those things, the strength and the wisdom when you're going through moments of questioning, like, am I really built for this? Am I really for it tough? So it's like, so I would say, because I'm in grad school, as I mentioned, and I'm also a manager in my field. And then on top of that, I run this podcast weekly. And these are no easy feat. But when I really think about what I want to become in life, because I am a person that believes you never fully grow up, because when you fully grow up, that's when your inability to learn and to master things, to get to know people, those become non-existent, right? Because you're all grown up, you're at the state where you know all, you be all. And I'm a person that never wants to know everything. I'm one that wants to continue to soak up knowledge. Okay, you can call me SpongeBob with that, because I want to soak up, I want to have fun, I want to continue to learn, and I don't ever want to hit a threshold where I am too far ahead, where I know so much that people cannot teach and show me things, because I can always learn. But, as I was saying, is with all of these things that I'm managing, these were the very things that I asked for when I was bedbound, when I was trapped in my wheelchair. I asked God because I would cry about how people in my age group were passing me by. They were off into their careers, off into their businesses, off into their lives. And here I am trapped in this bed, in this wheelchair, because for some reason I had to slow down. And not to say that, there hasn't been no clarity, because I was busy in Memphis. Okay, I was making plays. I was running into the people I needed to know, the who's who of, at least that I thought was the who's who of Memphis. Like, I was finally feeling like I was cracking the code when it comes to being in those circles that I felt I needed to be in to continue to move forward, to uh, push the envelope. Because again, I'm a girl that comes from the gated projects. Okay, I am the product of a single mother from Benton Harbor, Michigan. And when I think about how, when I first went to college and I cried because I didn't have any connects, I didn't know anyone, my biggest desire really came into uh, harnessing the energy out there of attracting things and people who can move the needle, who can push me forward. And that's what I felt like when I went to Memphis. Um, Station number 5 for me, I just knew that that was the moments for me just because of the context that I made and the parties that I was invited to. But who's to say I needed to be off in that direction, you know? So sometimes it's okay not to, you know, question why such tragedies happen to you, because you never know what would you were steered away from, what may have been trying to harness you because you were off in that direction, and because you felt like in that direction that was where you needed to go, you were open, right, to things, because all of us are energies, all of us are portals. And when we set our heart's desires on things, that also means that our portals, we become open for those things to come to us. That's how manifestation happens, is that you open yourself to attract those things that you desire. And you don't know that when you go and chase those things, if you're really like opening yourself up to something that may not be for your best interest. And so that's what I can say there, because again, like I said, I was moving fast. I was in my apartment. My grandmother was begging me to essentially um decorate my place, and I was hell bent on, no, I am not doing any of those things, not at this time. I got time to do it. That was my biggest thing at that point in my life where I was before my accident happened, was that I have time. I could put that on the back burner to decorate my place. I have time because this right here is more pressing. Me hitting this dough, me meeting these meetings, me meeting these people, that was more important than paying attention to the inside of me. And I really learned that after my accident, that I really need to focus my energies not so much of designing the life that I want on the outside, but making sure the energies that I am on the inside matches what I am wanting to attract on the outside, because you are who you attract. And so my accident, my time of sitting down, really gave me the opportunity to start reevaluating myself. And am I attracting the things that I need to attract? I am I the things that I need to be to attract the wants and the desires that I wanted? And the short answer was no, because I was not fully um, living the life that I should have been living. There were some things that I needed to work on, that I'm still working on, that weren't present, because again, I was covering those things up because I felt like I needed my outside to match everything else. And so now, fast forward a year later, I am now living a lot of those things that I asked the universe for, because I needed to, in a way, play catch up. I needed to uh, get my life together. And now that I am in those periods, what I am learning now is that it takes strength and commitment uh, to honor those things that you once just dreamed about asking, right? And so, what I'm learning is that it takes a lot of energy. It takes even more to accomplish what it is that you asked for. And last week, I could say, you know, I really called on the universe to help me through some things, because I was like, all right, now, universe, I know that you gave me these things because I asked for those things, but nonetheless, it's because I can do it. And so there was a time where I literally stepped away because it was so much on me, so much that was caving in. And I literally stepped away because I felt like at that moment I didn't know what to do. And so there was a moment that I stepped away, that I called on the universe, and I asked the universe to give me discernment, give me wisdom, give me strength, give me give me the eyes and the ears and the heart for this, God, because there was a point in my life where I felt like maybe I'm not built for it tough, right? And and so I asked, and there was a few times that I stepped away and I asked God for those moments of clarity, for those moments of wisdom. And I felt like the more and more that I had asked the universe for those things, the more and more those things seemed to come easier. Like all of a sudden, I was able to tackle a problem that at first, I didn't have any energy or direction. Like it just seemed to pour into me. And I had that aha moment that the universe wants to support you, but nonetheless it wants you to trust it, that when you ask for things and those things come to you, know that when you are favored, right? Because not everybody gets what they ask for, right? They get something else. So if you're one of the fortunate ones to get what you asked for, know that you are in favor. And two, the universe is going to support you, is going to send protection, is going to deliver those that's going to help you to finish it out. And trust that it is there. Those were my lessons last week. My lessons last week, one was to stay commitment, right? So to stay committed to the task at hand, don't stray the course, because oftentimes as we continue to stay on path, there's going to be new opportunities and choices that pop up. But when they pop up, know that that is just more empowerment for you to stay to the original plan. My grandmother say all the time, stick to the original plan. And I think so many of us, including me, find reason to divert from the original plan. And I'm telling you, don't divert from the original plan. Stay to original plan like a butterfly. When they go into the cocoon, right, the plan is to come out with the wings, to come out to fly, right? That's the plan that caterpillars have. They stay the course. So stay the course. And then two, trust and believe that you stay in the course, that there's going to be things that open up, because the universe has to give in to the desires of someone who won't give up. So know that if you don't give up, the universe has no choice but to give in. So know that as well. And so these were my lessons that I learned. And my last thing that I really learned is that you don't need validation, right? Because others that are now in your life, they did not help you arrive to that moment. So their validation, although you may um, want it, you may desire it, is not needed to continue for your uplifting, right? The only person that you need to validate is the person right here that stares back at you every day. That's the only person. And that's what I learned for myself in this last week. And so I hope that you all can take what I've learned about myself as I continue to grow, as I continue to learn, as I continue to conquer and dominate and find my new self in this new woman that I am becoming. I hope that you can take what I've learned from myself and that you apply it to you, because at the end of the day, the only person that you need to satisfy is you, and the only thing you need to trust is that the universe got your back. So peace and love, y'all. So this is another episode of Amy the Seventh, and I air each and every Monday at 7 p.m. Don't forget to like, comment, and follow on all of my pages at Amy the Seventh and at 7TH. You can also learn more about me or about my accident at tayharborstudios.com forward slash Amy the Seventh. Again, that's tayharborstudios.com forward slash Amy the Seventh. Peace and love, everyone.